Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are here in the wonderful world of Hyrule. I want to welcome you to this game between the Tile Roomies versus Waffle House Drive-Thru. These two teams competed against each other last night, where Waffle House came out with the victory, and that's where we are on the team standing. So you'll see Waffle House Drive-Thru with 3 points, while Tile Roomies still hoping to get on the board. Tonight's runners for the teams, for the Waffle House drive-thru, we have Demo and Matt7898. And for the Tile Roomies, we have jmeasher versus rdwalsh. I am one of your commentators. I am Bandman25. I am joined by Jeff the Ref. How you doing tonight, sir?
I am doing wonderful. I am looking forward to this week 1 co-op info share. All Dungeon Seed is going to be spectacular. I have actually been a part of a few of these this week, and I can't wait to get this started.
I'm with you in the same boat. This is my second match. I saw last night's match between both these two teams, and I'm expecting this one to be just as good, but hopefully just a little bit nicer when it comes to finding all the items we need. Before we get started, we are currently here. We are in the Skull Woods division in the Dark World Conference between both these teams. We are in week 1 of 7 weeks before we get in the tournament. So this is going to be a very interesting season. I don't know about you, Jeff, but I know I'm personally looking forward to a season. Other than this match right here, what week are you looking forward to?
All of them.
I'm with you. I'm looking for all of them as well. We are getting ready to start here any second now.
So I particularly will be looking forward to the mystery seed, as well. That's anything goes, and all shenanigans are on the table.
Oh yeah, the wonderful mystery seed week. That is definitely a favorite of mine. I'm a big fan of that spoiler log. I love how the variation that we have is this year we got Key Sandy, and we are underway. So we got 20 rupees there in Sanctuary, and in Link's house, just a green rupee. So nothing too exciting in our first 2 checks. So if you've never seen one of these matches before, it's going to be interesting. We are going to have on our left, that's both rdwalsh and jmeasher. They're going to be going in opposite directions, while Matt and Demo going in opposite directions, trying to get in as many checks as we possibly can. And
Speaking of that, we're going to be getting ready for our Tier 1 tree pull, and that is going to give us some green rupees, so not much help there.
I think that's been... Oh, looks we got a 5-6 crystal there at Eastern. I look like I saw another crystal at Hera. I did not get a check to see the desert ledge.
Mesher doing a hula-hand jump, and Matt pulling Uncle with a heart. A full piece of love there, and coming up soon will be the Uncle chest. And we pull the magic hammer. Wonderful find right there in front of the Uncle checks.
Oh yeah, that's a good find, especially this early. One of our 3 that we need for our Dark World access. Hopefully, though, that this won't lead our runners in the wrong direction like it did last night. So hopefully we can be on a level playing foot, and they're in the Thieves' Hideout there. We got ourselves a blue mail.
And Demo just about ready to pick up his blue mail as well, as Matt is going to be taking on the front half of Escape. So we'll see what's down there in Zelda's cell. We'll see what she's hiding. rdwalsh get ready to do the Blinds Hut check. Here we go.
Looks like Desert was our blue pendant, and Tower Hair just a regular crystal tonight. Ooh, that tree tier 2 tree pull finding the bombs. That's a really good find right now, especially early in the game.
And rdwalsh picking up a sword and a bottle there, the front half of the hut. Gonna find out what's in the back half here, hiding in this one single chest. That's just a 50-pack of rupees, as Demo heads into the vendor there to pick up some bombs.
Yeah, Kakariko Village definitely paying its dividends tonight.
Indeed it is, as Bottle Vendor only gives up a red rupee, and looks like rdwalsh is going to be checking out that old chicken hut here in a second. Oh no, he's going to go buy some mobs first. And Zelda is only hiding a red rupee in her cell, so not much hope there.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing that they didn't find a key, so they're going to have to go check Dark Cross going through the back of Escape. So it'll be interesting. Hopefully they got something good back in there.
Meanwhile, Demo getting his sword and bottle out of the blind hut room back there, and Matt is headed down to South Shore. Looks like we're going to get a dam check here in a second. And just a 10 pack of arrows as we pull the Ether Medallion out of the well.
Definitely a good early find. I mean, not any use of us right now, but at least we got that, and hopefully that will be the only medallion we need there for later in tonight's game.
Also in the well, we pull out a bottle of red goo and the Moon Pearl.
Wow, Kakariko. Wow. It is stacked. You got Hammer, you got Ether, you got 2 bottles, you got the Moon Pearl. That is definitely a very nice care package that we have so far.
Indeed, I guess you could call this Stackerico, as I heard it referred to as earlier in one of our earlier matches. But between all of our runners, that is now 2/3 of the Dark World access.
And we just found ourselves a Master Sword there on the Sick Kid. So 2 early swords. Wow.
And Matt is going to go check out Agina, so we're going to find out what the old man in the desert is hiding for us tonight.
Hopefully tonight he's worth our time.
Full piece of love, so not really. And the Cane of Samaria is in the library, so that is definitely boots locked. So this is definitely going to be a boots hunt at this point.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot different than last night's match. Last night's match between these two teams, it took us forever to find all the items we need just to get into the Dark World. But man, today it's completely opposite. We got the whole care package of what we need. So let's find those boots.
Indeed, and just noting on the race game is just a bloopy, so nobody is going to waste their time getting that.
It looks like jmeasher making his way over to Eastern Palace. That's going to be some new checks that we see for us tonight.
He will most likely stop over at Sashrala's hut real quick before dipping into that dungeon just to see what's hiding in that closet there. And we get a piece of love, another piece of love, and a red rupee. So not much hope there tonight. Hopefully Eastern Palace fares a little bit better.
It looks like right now Demo is doing his Houlihan play right now. So I think both these teams have Zora on their mind today.
Oh, definitely. We're not trying to isolate Zora tonight. They are definitely getting themselves set up to go up there to find out what the expensive scam artist has in store for us this evening. Meanwhile, rdwalsh going to go over to Mini Moldorm Cave and give us a little piece of information over there. And Demo's going to follow suit. But we have a red rupee, 10 pack of arrows, another red rupee, a 50 pack of rupees, and another 10 pack of arrows. Not much help there, other than the rupee find getting us more Zora money. I anticipate an Ice Rod Cave check coming up very soon.
I do agree with you on that. We're going to see an Ice Rod. Then I think we're going to see probably some fake flippers checks on that. He's pretty close to the 500 mark. So hopefully we will see those checks as well.
Oh yes, and those fake flipper chips will be the Lake Hylia Island, the Hobo, and with the Moon Pearl, we can do the fake flipper glitch for the Waterfall Fairy. Meanwhile, Mesher is diving into Eastern Palace here. Going to go to the Stealthos room here in a second.
Yeah, he hasn't found anything yet. We've seen, I believe we've seen the map and the compass. So hopefully we'll get some items here coming up.
And we
Oh,
have the Power Glove in Ice Rod Cave. That is definitely something.
so right there, that's 2/3 of our. Or no, actually, that is our Dark World access that we know. We have Moon Pearl, we got the glove, and now we got the hammer. Walsh yet still doesn't have that early hammer yet, but hopefully he'll pick that up in Kakariko Pier pretty soon.
I'm pretty sure his teammate translated all of that information. And as far as Dark World access goes, Aga is dead, but Aga is still required because it is an all dungeon seed.
Yeah, and because of that, it actually makes some really nice routing where you can actually just take down. You can go finish Ganon's tower, to go take care of Aga 1, and then go take care of the big pig. So it makes routing and actually a nice heart refill before going into Ganon. So
Indeed, as Matt is now following suit with his teammate, gonna go do the well, thought he was gonna do the South Shore checks, but he decided against it. While his teammate Demo is checking Hobo. So we'll see what the Hobo has. And it's just a pack of bombs, so not much help there. Not sure what the routing was there for Matt, but he is now making his way toward the South Shore checks. Definitely going to be skipping Boldorm Cave as there's not really much value there. He's going to go straight for that glove.
man, Waterfall Fairy kind of empty on that. Hopefully Zora's got some up here, either on the ledge or at Zora himself. But the nice thing is he's got this water walk, so hopefully he can. If there's something on the ledge here, which there's not, just a piece of heart, would say we can do an Ancilla glitch here, but that's not going to be necessary. So.
And the expensive scam artist has in store for us today a
Oof.
red rupee. Ugh.
I think we want our money back on that one. I would rather have my $500 than that $20.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have the refund. That was rather... And speaking of Dark World, we're going to have a Dark World play. Matt is taking toward South Shore Dark World here. Hopefully we get a map check here and see what we're dealing with here in the Dark World.
Yeah, we got two big checks coming up here. Matt's going to Hype Cave. Walsh is now in the back of Escape. What do we got here? Let's throw some dice. And
300 rupees off the front of Hype, 50 rupees, bombs, Quake Medallion, and another rupee in Hype Cave. Give that about a 4.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the back of the Escape, we really had nothing there either, just some arrows and some money. We didn't pick up the last chest because I believe that was the map for Hyrule Castle. Oh, we got a map check. We got green pennant at Mire, red pennant at Swamp.
5/6 crystal on Turtle Rock.
And that's it. So our 5/6 crystals are at Turtle Rock and at Eastern Palace. You talk about being on the extremes for that Pyramid Fairy. I'm going to take a good guess that probably that Pyramid Fairy is not going to be in play tonight.
Most likely not. And Stumpy is only giving out rupees today as Matt picked up a red one. So we're going to go do our Village Outcast checks. But first, we'll probably stop off at the ever-popular shovel game. rdwalsh now also in the Dark World, gonna go into that hype cave and get his Quake Medallion.
Ooh, 27 digs gets us the hook shot in the dig game. Oh, there is now. We can
That-
fake our way up to Death Mountain now.
Oh yeah, between all these runners, I don't think doing the Death Mountain climb in the dark is going to be much of a problem. But that hook shot, if they could get past the dark rooms, rescuing that old man, that will give us access to East Death Mountain. Technically out of logic, but because we don't have the lamp quite yet.
Yeah, that's where Matt is making his way up to. Like he's gonna make that Death Mountain play. That's gonna open up him. We got here 5 and 2 there in Paradox Cave. We got on top of Spec Rock, inside of Spec Rock, and the old man. So that's quite a few chests. Definitely worth the time this early in the game, even though it is out of logic.
But then again, these runners don't really need that logic. So once we get into some daylight on Death Mountain, we'll see what the old man has in store for us, and we'll get all that wonderful piece of information. I did not see what was on the pyramid as rdwalsh was over there looking at it. And it looks like Demo is headed to Skull Woods.
It looks like chat's asking if we've seen Lumberjack, and we have not seen Lumberjack yet. So, I mean, there's a slight possibility we might have to go to Ag a little early. So, and the old man just giving a little bit of his life savings away to us. So, at least we get the save point for Death Mountain when we need to go back to there, especially without the flute.
Indeed, as Mesher did the treasure chest game, only pulling out rupees, but he's now with Thieves Town. We're going to get a look at the first 4, and the first chest he pulls is the big key.
And just a piece of heart here on top of Spec Rock. And inside of Spec Rock, we have just the Fisher Price shield. If we want to get that, I do not expect the runners to do that. And Catfish giving us a fetch, our first fetch quest of the game, giving us the shovel.
Oh,
Will that be important?
Who knows? But that would definitely put the Grove in play. That's definitely a check that I would not want to isolate. I would be extremely frustrated knowing that I have the shield and I'm looking for a particular item and I did not check that particular location.
And Walsh taking that shovel, he's going to go turn that in immediately. Going to make sure we see if we need that or not, if it is important.
Meanwhile, Matt is doing the bottom half of Paradox Cave. We got 2 checks here, and they will be a 10-pack of arrows and a set of bombs.
Oh, that shovel's important. There's our Titan's Mitt. There is our Titan's Mitt. That's big right now. So that's going to give us our Turtle Rock access. It's going to give our Dark Death Mountain access, our Misery Mire Ice Palace. Wow, 15 minutes in, and there is our Titan's Mitt.
And over in Paradox Cave, in the bottom half, we get bombs, a shield, a rupee, more rupees, even more rupees, and another pack of bombs. So a fighter shield is all we get out of Paradox Cave.
So right now, it's really surprising that Death Mountain, at least the light world side of it, not giving us anything extremely important right now. Hopefully that will change here pretty soon. With the hammer, though, he can go complete Tower of Harris. So now, hopefully, there's nothing in the basement, though, because we are currently without a fire source. We are currently fire locked out of Terra. But if we got nothing important in the basement, then we can complete 100%.
Indeed, I missed what was on the floating island, but I don't think it's anything important. Meanwhile, Mesher pulls up a bottle out of the hole in the floor room of Thieves Town. So we'll be making our way down to the dungeon of the dungeon.
Yeah. It looks like chat's helping us out. It looks like they saw some blueberries there on the floating island there on Death Mountain.
And then we will not be wasting our time there. First chest at Tower of Hera nets us a map.
Brewery gave us the bow. Oh, that's going to open up quite a lot. That now, with that hammer, that opens up Pod. That gives us access to Eastern. Oh, we got a lot of plays to go right now.
Oh, indeed. And Matt, with the Terrapot glitch, nails it perfectly, and Walsh doing hammer pegs. And we'll see what's inside Blind's cell here, and it is the small key. That will give us the big chest option.
So it looks like we got a 50-50 shot here and here if there's something in the basement. Just found a piece of heart so far with our first item.
Oh, and there's the ice rod in Thieves Town on the big chest.
That's a nice find. At least we do not have to worry about doing any ice rod hunt tonight. And just like that, at 18 minutes 36 seconds, we have our first crystal off the board because down goes Trolldorm. He gives us a piece of heart, so that means the basement is, we do not have to go down there at all tonight.
Definitely one thing that'll save us some time as Matt does draw first blood in this race. Jmeasher now taking on the blind fight. Doing very nice on the script there. Flawless execution as Walsh is doing the race game, the shovel game rather, to pick up his shovel.
Look like we just got the map there on blind, so both teams added crystal apiece here 19 minutes in, so looking again like a pretty quick seed tonight.
Indeed it is.
And the ever so boring Spiral Cave without those boots, so unlike Ricky Bobby, we're going to go slow.
Unfortunately, we have to, because we are still looking for those almighty boots. Because remember that Cane of Samaria is boots locked in the library. But we do not find anything we need in Spiral Cave.
And Death Mountain. Wow, hopefully we got something here in on Dark Death Mountain whenever we get there. So hopefully both of our runners there on Waffle House drive-through goes to Catfish soon so they can go get their shovel, which will take them to go get their Titans bits. So hopefully on their side they'll do that soon. It looks like rdwalsh is going to make his way up the mountain. Or he's going to check the lumberjack first before probably heading up the mountain. And on lumberjack today, just a piece of heart. So Aga 1, even though we still got to go kill Aga 1, eventually he is dead for this race. He's got nothing important on us for us today. And there goes rdwalsh making his way up the mountain. Going to go get that old man. jmeasher looks like he's taking the South Dark World checks here. Going to get some money and hopefully make his way to Hype Cave.
Well, that would be a fair bet. And meanwhile, Walsh still working those dark rooms on his way up to Death Mountain. Again, this is out of logic. We do not have that magic lamp quite yet. So, but then again, who needs logic?
Yeah, that's very true. But let's think about it here. We're 21 minutes in. We got ourselves Titan's Mitt. We do have a bow. We got the hammer. We got the hook shot. Where on earth do we go from here? We got so many options that these guys can take. Do you keep checking Overworld, or you at this time are you going to just start hopping in dungeons? What do you do?
I think at this point, I would start hopping into dungeons just to see what I could gather out, especially knowing I need the boots before I could really do anything inside Mire or Turtle Rock. But then again, since this is co-op, I probably would have one person do the dungeons, one person do the overworld checks, and then just cover our bases and loop around and clean up the dungeons later.
And that's what exactly looks like what the tile roomies are doing. jmeasher gonna check out Pod, gonna look at here at 5 items here in Pod, and hopefully the front will at least give us something other than 4 keys.
Limo taking on Blind, and it looks like Matt is going to be making an Easter Palace play here. And jmeasher is inside Pod, and that first check is a small key.
And down goes blind for Demo. That gives him his first crystal of the match. So we're definitely getting a lot of checks done here. A lot of different directions we're going.
Measure picking up another key inside pod, so that's gonna help him out here in a second. I think he's gonna loop around to pick up that isolated chest here that's in this little island here.
Yeah, definitely good routing here with that in pod by coming back around, blowing up this and checking out the vanilla big key chest. Hopefully it's a key or an item here. Oh,
And
it's the mirror. Oh,
wow.
That just made this dungeon a little bit faster.
Indeed. And that also opens up Swamp Palace. Meanwhile, rdwalsh is inside Tower of Hera, trying to do the Hera pot, but fails on that first attempt, and was not paying attention to his health there, and as soon as that second bomb blew up, he takes an unfortunate death. When you're doing these bomb glitches, you really got to pay attention to your health, because that could get away from you, because those bombs will still hurt you.
It looks like Walsh is gonna. Oh man, I guess he changed his mind. It looked like he was going to give up here on the hair pot. It looks like he's gonna give it one more shot here.
Does not get it, so I think at this point he's just going to give up and take the slow climb upwards. That definitely save him some time, but actually he's dipping out, so I'm not sure that was a wise move.
So other than the mirror right now, we've been seeing just a whole bunch of keys right now. Looks like jmeasher is down in the basement, and we get ourselves another key. And in the other chest, we have ourselves. Oh, the flippers! Oh, man, I think I saw somebody in chat say flippers were going to be in pod, and oh my goodness, that's our full Swamp Palace access now with those flippers.
Oh, most definitely. In fact, I would not be surprised if Measure goes to Swamp immediately after clearing this dungeon.
And Matt makes his way through those Igor dark rooms in Eastern Palace, making his way upstairs. Going to go take on Armos Knights here in a few seconds, and that will give him crystal number 2.
And speaking of the Armos Knights fight, we've got Matt getting ready to take on that fight, setting it up nicely. I mean, this execution looks pretty flawless. Perfect, picture perfect. Couldn't have planned it any better. Gets a little piece of love and that second crystal. And it looks like Walsh gave up the Tower of Hera play and is now going to check the medallion requirement for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, while he's up here, he can be checking ourselves out with Super Bunny Cave. And, oh, looks like we need the one pendant we have not yet found. We need ourselves Bombos. So, it's going to be interesting. It looks like right now he's going to Hookshot Cave, while Matt looks like he's going to make his way to Flute 5. Going to go through that portal and possibly take out Pod.
And we get the Fire Rod inside Hookshot Cave, so we are not hunting for that anymore.
So other than our Bombos location and our flute, we're pretty close so far on no mode here. As soon as we find those two, I mean, those are our only two items we got left. I mean, we know where the Canis Mari is at. We know where the hammer's at. We need those boots, so hopefully we'll find those pretty soon. And then I think that flute and Bombo is the only two items we're left looking for.
At this point, yeah, those boots are going to definitely come into play. Just where are they?
That is a very good question. I saw somebody in chat tell us that he thinks that it could be in Swamp Palace, but I don't know if I'd want my boots to be there. A lot of checks on that because knowing our luck, those boots might be there on Left Side Swamp, and I hope I'm not doing any commentary curse on that, so I'm going to knock on wood while I can.
Meanwhile, jmeasher taking on Helmasaur King. 17 hits with the hammer will do away with the mask, and then we can spam that center eye with the arrows or whatever other weapon we fancy. And Helmasaur King goes down. What is he hiding?
He just sacrifices his heart on that one, so we took out his heart and gave it to ourselves.
Oh, how vanilla, a heart container.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much vanilla so far in this tournament, so.
And jmeasher looking to do the ever-popular pod Eastern combo as he comes out of pod, mirrors, and dips right into Eastern. Meanwhile, his partner Walsh is headed straight into pod. So we'll see what happens there. And it looks like Demo is also heading to pod. So everybody's either in pod or Eastern at this point. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, definitely a lot of checking the other, what the other person has already done. It's kind of unusual, though, to see two members of the same team here 30 minutes in. Both of them are in the same dungeon. But right now, though, with them not having those Titans meet yet, without going up to Catfish, getting the shovel to the dig place to get the Titans mitts. I mean, it's about the only play that these guys can make right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, until we see a little bit more progression, we're kind of locked in as far as our routing.
So here we are. We're 30 minutes in the race. We got everybody checking pretty much everything they've already seen so far. Make sure you give all of our runners a follow here. I mean, all these guys are here for us. jmeasher, rdwalsh. Definitely give these guys a follow. Give Demo, matt7898 a follow. These guys are doing an excellent job so far this race. They had a great race last night. This is just a first of 7 weeks. If you've not seen the schedule, if you go to ALTTPR League.com, that will take you all to the standings. It will take you to what's going on in our matches. This week we got ourselves a co-op info share, all dungeons. With the next 2 weeks we got an open or standard defeat Ganon. So we're going to go back to traditional one-on-one. Then after that we got spoiler log with Key Sanity with the pilot. Then week 5 is the all too famous mystery week. And then
my personal favorite, by the way.
Yeah, week 6 we got Key Sanity, and then week 7 we got to go back to co-op, but we add the Randomizer on there. So got a lot of fun weeks ahead of us. So make sure you follow all 4 of these runners. Watch them again. Go to the ALTTPR League.com website. Check everything out. I mean, this is going to be a great season. I know I personally am looking forward to this entire season.
Oh, as am I, Bandman. It is going to be fairly exciting, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the weeks have in store for us. But back to the race, as Besher does some fancy work to get to Hobo. Going to be severely disappointed there, I do believe.
Yeah, I think he just gave us some bombs, so there you go. And it looks like Misha's going to go get his shovel from the catfish. Go pick up those Titans mitts. rdwalsh gave him that information, so...
Sounds like a logical play based on his routing, so yeah, I would concur on that. Meanwhile, Matt and Demo still doing their pod climbs, as is Walsh. But I think Walsh is a little bit further ahead than everybody else as far as the pod climbing goes, as he's getting ready. He's just only a few rooms away from Helmasaur King himself.
So if we take a look at our items here, once Misha here gets his shovel, we know that he's going to go get his Titans mitts. Where do we go here? Do you think he's going to go Swamp Palace, Ice Palace maybe? See what we got there, or do you think he's just going to make the swamp play?
I'd say the safe bet would be to make the swamp play first. It's right there. It's not that far away from the Grove. I would say that safe bet would be to save Ice Palace for a little bit later.
Yeah, being this late right now with the way things are done, with Swamp Palace, you can get yourself 6 items there. Ice Palace, you can only get yourself 2 items there. So definitely the smart play right now would probably be making his way up to the Swamp Palace.
Not to mention, dipping into Ice Palace for a measure would not make sense right now. He does not have the Fire Rod or the Bombos Medallion, so he wouldn't even get past that first room.
That is correct. We always forget about that silly Ice Rod.
Meanwhile, Walsh taking on Helmasaur King. We already know what happens there. Rather surprised by Measure, did not go up to the Grove to get the Titans mitt yet, opting to do Swamp Palace first. I believe I would have gotten those power. I would have gotten that Titans mitt first.
And 3 King Helmasaur fights going on. We got 1 down. Looks like we got number 2 down, and looks like we might be a couple arrows short of getting number 3 down. Or no, he's got plenty of arrows there. Just the orange things are getting them.
Yeah, he is having a little trouble there, just trying to figure out how to avoid everything just to knock him out. But he finally manages to do it with just 1 heart left. That was a scary fight.
Yeah, our first chest here out of Swamp Palace, just giving us a heart container. So hopefully we're going to find all our items without having to go to the left side. Oh, Chad is making a good point. He could be the reason why Misha probably didn't. He's probably going to route that mitt with K45 as he makes his way back up into Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, now that you mention it, that would be an interesting routing choice. Fairly logical. And not only the K45, but he can also route in the Dwarven Smith chain and just take the little frog there on a semi-world tour, if you will.
Oh, there's our bombos. So there is our Ice Palace access.
Not to mention, it is also the medallion requirement to get into Turtle Rock. However, we still need that Cane of Samaria to get into Turtle Rock, but it is boots locked.
And it looks like Matt is fine. Oh, no. Well, it looked like Matt was going to make his way up to Catfish, but with that newly found mirror, he's probably going to check the North World here. He's going to probably check out King's Tomb, Graveyard Ledge.
And I believe you are exactly correct on that. That is definitely the play. It looks like we're going to get the King's Tomb check here first. Oh, nope. It's going to be Desert. It's going to be the... It's going to be Graveyard.
Looks like jmeasher showing off there some pretty cool tech there with the diver down, using the bombs. One of two ways that I believe you can do that. The other way being with the Cane of Samaria.
Indeed, you are correct. And inside Graveyard Ledge is the Red Rang.
All right, what's your thoughts on that? You like that one or you hate that one? There's no in between on the Red Meringue.
I particularly favor the Red Ring over the Blue Ring simply because it has further reach, and if you need to grab something that's a little bit further away, you can easily use the Red Ring to do that because the Blue Ring is fairly limited as far as distance.
Yeah, chat is being nice. They are reminding us without those boots, they cannot check the King's Tomb. So looks like Matt, though, after checking Graveyard Ledge, is going to make his way over to finally going to get the Catfish, get that shovel. And it looks like Swamp Palace really not giving us anything. I mean, other than bombos right now, we didn't find anything important there on the left side. So going to the back, taking down Argus.
And since jmeasher did not check that big chest, we can only assume that the big key is here in the back half of the dungeon.
And here's our another diver down again, and he gets it. While Matt finally picks up his shovel, hopefully he'll go check that in. And jmeasher picking up his big key. So be interesting. We have to go back in just for that.
I feel that he will definitely go back in just to get that check out of the way. Do not want to isolate any major checks at this point. And it looks like Matt is going to be making his play toward Swamp Palace, and it looks like rdwalsh is going to put that fire rod to use, and he's going to go up to Skull Woods.
Definitely a good play right now for on rdwalsh's side, making that Skull Woods play. You got everything. We got a Master Sword. We'd probably like to see a Tempered Sword when it comes to Mothula, but Master Sword for these guys is probably nothing. So. And we got ourselves a spin cycle Argus here with that Master Sword.
And and there's the boots at K45.
Wow, that is a good find right there. That's and it's right there where he needs to go to pick up that Cane of Samaria. So, wow, we are. That's no mode for us, if I remember correct. We, as an audience here, we know where everything's at. So. And just some bombs there on jmeasher's side with Argus. That gives him his 4th crystal. Got 3 more to go with 3 pennants here at 41 minutes and change. So,
yeah, at this point, with us knowing where the boots are, I think the biggest thing that we're looking for right now is the flute and possibly the book. But with us having the mirror, we don't really need it. Would be helpful to get those other checks out of the way, like the Ether tab and the Bobbles tab. But I think our biggest item now that we're looking for is that flute.
oh yeah, I thought we had already found that. I saw him. I see blue on our trackers here, and I was thinking that was our flute, but obviously I did not see properly with my eyes.
No, we have not found the flute yet. I do not believe it has cropped up anywhere as Mesher now picks up his boots. Probably going to go get that Kata Samaria. And it looks like Matt is doing the Smith chain, while rdwalsh is working on the back half of Skull Woods, so we'll be seeing that Mothula fight here in just a moment. And here we go with that Mothula fight on rdwalsh's side. We'll see how well he fares with this on Master Sword. But he does have that Fire Rod, so that's definitely going to help. Meanwhile, Matt is doing that Smith chain, going to pick up that purple chest, going to turn it into the, I believe his name is Gary.
And it looks like jmeasher is going to finally give us our King's Tomb check. And what we got ourselves... Oh, there's our flute. There it is. There's our blast blue item we're looking for. And at the exact same time, rdwalsh managed to take down Mothula. And Argus is going down on demo side. So a lot of stuff going down so far. So if we check our trackers here, it looks like we have on Tile Roomies, they got 4 and 3 crystals, looks like, and on Waffle House, looks like we're at 3 and 4 as well. So we're kind of even on that. I also want to make sure that we thank our trackers tonight, Yoinker's wife and Iker. We make sure you give them a follow, give them a pat on the back. They do a great job. They're making everything look easy. They're trying to keep us in line. So again, thank you to both of our trackers for doing a wonderful job tonight.
Indeed they are. And I do believe between the information shared between the Tile Roomies, they've just got to go and do the cleanup to get all the necessary items between the two of them. But I do believe that entire team is in go mode with the discovery of that flute.
Oh, Bonkrock's just giving us an arrow on giving us the arrow of destiny on that one.
Walsh going ahead and picking up his pair of boots as his teammate Mesher is dipping into Ice Palace. Yep, and rdwalsh is following suit with his teammate and picking up his flute. Matt also discovered the flute and went ahead and activated it. So
yeah, it looks like
everybody has. Go for it.
So it looks like right now everything is finally starting to completely open up. I mean, right now, Waffle House drive-through, we finally went up to Catfish, got their shovels, moving on to getting that Titan's Mitt. jmeasher doing an amazing icebreaker clip, one of the smoothest ones I have seen in quite a while.
Yeah, that was a pretty smooth icebreaker glitch there, and he is making great time crawling through this Ice Palace dungeon. Meanwhile, his tag team partner, Walsh, is dipping into Thieves Town. I don't anticipate any troubles here.
No, at this point, they know what they're doing, so I think we're just going to be seeing probably just the addict pick up the maiden, and down goes maiden. Down goes blind. And it looks like Matt is going to be go-moding Swamp Palace here. I mean, he's going to pick up his bombos here in this south chest. here in a few seconds, and then I think he's going to go straight to the back, take down Argus. And to look at it right now, this is going to be a pretty close race. I mean, there's really no clear leader right now in this race. I mean, we still got people missing certain items, but this is going to be an interesting ending. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, it is definitely going to come down to the GT climb and the Ganon fight itself. At this point, with all of the knowledge shared between all of these runners, and the fact that we have our flute, and that we are basically in go mode here.
Ooh, a hammer cold stare fight. That's a tough one. But he's making it look extremely easy right now, avoiding that ice ball. He's hitting with his sword swings. Taking his time, doing what needs to be done. Oh, no. Does he got a fairy? Oh, he does not. Ooh.
That would be a negatory. No fairy there, so that isn't an unfortunate death. But I have to start that climb all over again.
By the time we know it, he's going to be down there, and he's going to take out Cold Stare, and probably within the next minute or so. So probably not too much of a time loss for right now. So, but being on green mail with that master sword, that's a very tough fight. Very, very tough fight.
Indeed, it is. And Demo looking to put those boots to use to get his Kata Samaria right there. Meanwhile, Matt is getting ready to go, working his way through the back half of Swamp, so we'll be seeing his Argus fight here in just a moment. In fact, right now.
And just like what we saw over there on jmeasher's side, he's going to do a double hook and a spin, making this fight look extremely easy. And Demo is going to make his way up Dark Death Mountain, but he's having a hard time there with that. Oh my goodness, my brain just went blank for a second. What those things are called? Dead rocks. There we go. I'll eventually get that out.
Yeah, fighting those cabbage rocks and those dead rocks does make the Death Mountain journey a little difficult.
Down goes Blind, down goes Argus on each side's team. So 50 minutes in, man, looks like 4 and 4. It's going to be a fun ending. Nice fairy pickup there on Demo's side, so he can stop getting nailed by those dead rocks there. It looks like he's going to check out his medallion requirement here for Turtle Rock, which he's going to find out that it's going to be Bombos, which is what he found.
Again, getting dead rock there, trying to get up that ladder to get into the Dark World for that Turtle Rock access.
Now, here's the big question, though. He's going to open this up. He's going to be finding his fire rod here in Hookshot Cave, if I remember correctly. So the question is, do you go in?
Knowing that I'm this close to Turtle Rock and I've just opened the door, and knowing where the fire rod is, yeah, I'm going to swing back around and I'm going to go in.
Because he already does have the ice rod. He's going to find the fire rod here pretty soon. It's either here in Bunny Cave or it's going to be in Hookshot Cave. Cannot remember exactly where it was at. So it looks like rdwalsh checked the Desert Ledge, just $50, and looks like he's going to do himself the Misery Mire and Desert Palace combo. Our medallion requirement is Ether. We got it, so we're going to check out here, and I would expect them to go here, take on these two dungeons here in a second.
Meanwhile, Mesher taking on not Argus, but a Cold Stare, and not finding much in the closet is rdwalsh, so... And Demo does pick up his fire rod, so yeah, he will be going back. He's going to be picking up that fire rod here in just a second.
And jmeasher takes down Cold Stare with round number 2. Made that fight look extremely easy. Did not hesitate. Took him down with that Bombos, and down goes Cold Stare. Add another crystal to the board for the Tile Roomies.
And as suspected, Demo does pick up his fire rod in ice in a hookshot cave, and he goes right back into Turtle Rock. So we're just going to run right through it.
Oh, we find ourselves a cape there in Desert Palace. Not quite the invincibility item we're looking for here. But I don't expect either one of these gentlemen to be picking up going to Spike Cave tonight. So
No, I do not think Spike Cave's going to be in our routing this evening. I think we can safely say we're going to avoid that just to save ourselves a little bit of time. Meanwhile, Demo making his efforts very nicely through Turtle Rock. Not having much difficulty with his execution there. Gets a big key and the magic lamp there, so everything is back in logic for him.
yeah, that's going to make life a lot easier, especially for those dark rooms there, Misery Mire. But with these dark rooms, I'm sure these won't be a problem. Looks like Demo taking himself an intentional death right there. Only have the one heart, and so basically just got to get himself a health refill there. And are we going to see a bird toss here by jmeasher? Didn't look like it.
Meanwhile, Walsh taking on Land Molas. And Mesher is inside Meyer, so... And Matt is taking on Cold Stare, so we're all over the place here.
And down goes Landmo. Wow.
And down goes Argus. Or Cold Stare, rather. I'm sorry.
They sort of look the same. One's blue, one's red.
That they are. And Mesher picking up the half magic in Meyer.
Looks like jmeasher, or not jmeasher, rdwalsh went and picked, did the flute call again. Looks like he's going to try to set himself up for the spooky action glitch here in Misery Mire. I was kind of wondering why he wasn't going to take his mirror spot there, but now that I think about it, actually makes a little bit more sense. Going to try to set up spooky action. So, and it looks like Matt is making his way up Death Mountain. Be interesting to see what his call is right now. Missing the ice rod. He's going to pick up his fire rod here in a minute. So I think he might be saving Turtle Rock for last. So probably going to pick up Skull Woods and Thieves Town here in a few. We got a good point. Our tracker pointing out that rdwalsh has not gone to the library yet to pick up the red cane. So he's not going to be able to finish this dungeon. I didn't even notice that. I was thinking that he had already gone to the library and picked that up. So, that's going to be a small setback on RD's side.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a time sink. I don't know if he realizes he hasn't done that yet or not, because he is still making that trek. So I feel that once he realizes he doesn't have that cane, he's going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, and he's going to find that out here real shortly, that he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I'd say he's about to discover that very painfully here in about 0.5 seconds. Meanwhile, his partner Mesher is in the boss room taking on Vitreous.
Oh! Got sniped by the lightning. Looks like Laser Bridge is not really panning out here. Hopefully Demo here is going to be taking the safety door with his 1.5 heart. Yep, there he goes.
And now Walsh headed toward the library to pick up his Cane of Samaria. So I think he realized that he needed that and hadn't quite picked it up just yet. And he's going to hate himself for trying to do that mire climb without it.
And right now, jmeasher making his way up the mountain, going to get his fire rod. And I think he's going to be doing the exact same thing what Demo's doing here. He's got all the tools necessary to take down Trinex. So that's probably going to be his next move here.
Oh, highly anticipated. Yeah, he's going to get that. He's going to get that fire rod. He's going to dip into Turtle Rock. He's going to go as quick as he can to get taken Trinex out. And speaking of bosses, speaking of Trinex, Demo is face-to-face with Trinex right now. And Measure getting a little bit lucky there with those bonk rocks picking up that fairy. Also pointing out, our tracker is mentioning that Matt did not pick up his ice rod yet.
Demo doing pretty good here playing keep away here from Trinex here. And there he goes. 4 swings of that hammer. That gives us now both of our 5-6 crystals. So at this point right now, oh, he picks up the magic powder. That's a really nice safety here. So what do you do here? Do you go check out our Pyramid Fairy, or do you maybe go check out what our magic bat is hiding? Or are you going to maybe go someplace else?
At this point, I would just do as many dungeon crawls as I possibly can. I mean, at this point, we've got pretty much all the tools we need to complete all of the dungeons. I don't really see any reason to do any more overworld checks. So let's just do the dungeon crawls and get it over with.
And I'm thinking on Demo's side, picking up some blue potions. I'm thinking Ice Palace is probably in his next play. And it looks like rdwalsh, instead of going back into Misery Mire, takes the sidetrack, going to take out Argus here in Swamp Palace. He's getting ready to pick up his bombos, make his way back to the back as well. Oh, and Demo turned me into a fibber. He is going to Misery Mire instead.
Yeah, that was a curveball for us. Meanwhile, Matt is looking to take on Landmolas. As Mesher picks up his big key and lamp there for Turtle Rock. Mesher now in the Chain Chomp room, one of the more difficult rooms of this particular dungeon. Just getting the key that we need to move forward here. As Demo picks up his half magic, and Matt takes out the Landmolas. At the same time as Walsh enters his Argus fight.
So since we're now retracing all of our steps now, here's the question. Where is that tempered sword at? I mean, we still have not seen... well, actually, no, we've about seen about everything right now. So where is that silly tempered sword at? Is it going to be in GT?
Oh, it is very possible that we could encounter both silvers and a tempered sword upgrade in GT. Meanwhile, Arsh taking out Argus in nice fashion, and Matt taking on the Misery Mire here, Crawl. While jmeasher is doing very nicely in Turtle Rock, he's moving along fairly nicely.
And you got to give some props there to Walsh killing Argus there with that ice rod. Very impressive.
Indeed it was, as Demo's getting ready to take on Vitreous himself here in just a few moments.
Matt there doing a nice little hook shot that you don't see over to that bridge chest, picking up his half magic, throws in that Cane of Samaria block in to help set up for that spooky action glitch there in Misery Mire.
Walsh heading into Ice Palace while jmeasher is finishing up Turtle Rock here, and we've got Demo and Vitreous looking to do some arrow strats on those little floating eyeball things. Might have to use the Master Sword spin attacks to help round it out as he's running low on ammo.
Yeah, with only 9 arrows, hopefully here he will be able to take him down with 8 of those 9 arrows.
And his partner Matt is also in the Vitreous fight now, using bomb strats to take care of those floating eyeballs. Though he will be happy to switch his tactic here soon, as he's about to run out of ammo.
And we got ourselves one Vitreous down with that green pendant. And Matt's really close behind. Looks like jmeasher now about halfway through TR. Looks like he's just going to finish up here. Looks like he's got everything checked. While rdwalsh looks like he's now on his way to go take on Cold Stare here.
Indeed, I do believe that is going to be the play here, as Matt is going to finish up Vitreous here in just a few moments. Using those Master Sword spin techniques, and now just spamming him constantly, just going to trap him in that corner up there. Does knock him out, so he's going to clear that dungeon. Meanwhile, his partner Demo is in Desert Palace, going to round out that nice little Mire Desert combo. Walsh playing it smart here, using that medallion to take care of that outer shell on Cold Stare, and just going to spam those cloud balls with that fire rod, and picture perfect execution there. Cold Stare did not stand a chance.
That was an extremely fast Cold Stare fight. We don't see that very often.
Meanwhile, jmeasher takes an unfortunate death there, going through that part of the dungeon, as Demo is working his way toward Land Molas, and Matt is crawling through Thieves Town.
So here we are. We're a little over an hour in here. All 4 of these gentlemen doing an amazing job. Make sure you give all these guys a follow. They're doing a great job. Make sure you give their teams a follow. On Tile Roomies, you got rdwalsh, jmeasher, and Hazu Kitty. And then on Waffle House, we got matt7898, Demo, and Salty Fry. give all 6 of those runners. They've done a great job these last 2 nights. So definitely going to be. I know I'm personally looking forward to watching these teams throughout the rest of this tournament.
Walsh now get ready to make his entrance into Turtle Rock as his partner jmeasher finishes up Turtle Rock. So, and Demo's going to go ahead and crawl through Skull Woods, rather. Looks like he's just going to make a beeline straight to the back half there. And jmeasher is going to go straight up Tower of Hera. Will we see that Tower of Hera Hera glitch here? That famous Hera pot.
Yeah, and he's going to use spin speed on that. Holy cow, that was fast.
It does the trick.
I think we've seen now both ways of doing that. We've seen it both with bombs, and we've seen it with that spin speed. Wow. And looks like matt7898 just picked up his ice rod. So he might be one of our first ones to make it to GT tonight. Just has a quick swamp or Skull Woods after this, and then making his way up to TR.
That would definitely be the smart play here, as jmeasher does take out Moldorb here to pick up that crystal, as Demo is dropping down for the Mothula fight.
And Demo using the sword beams to work on taking the Argus.
And jmeasher going straight into GT, so if we have it, we've got that particular guessing game that we love to play. Where is the big key?
Yeah, so we'll get that started here quickly. We'll give you a couple of seconds, so hurry up and get your picks in. And we'll end it here in just 1 second here. And we'll stop right there. So there's check number 1. I will admit I had kind of forgotten that you can actually, as soon as you get all 7 crystals, that you can actually go into GT. It's not a very rare sight that we see there. So there's check number 2. 3 with just a 20 rubies. 4 is a small key. Number 5 is another small key.
Meanwhile, Walsh continuing his climb through Turtle Rock, and Matt is going into the back half of Skull Woods, so we'll be seeing his Mothula fight fairly soon, as Demo is now going to be making his entrance into Ice Palace.
Number 6 was just a compass. Number 7 gives us. Ooh, there is our tempered sword.
Did we not speculate that tempered sword would be here in GT?
Yeah, Chad's been saying it for quite a while that they're going to find both that tempered sword and silver arrows. So they're 1 for 1. Are they going to be 2 for 2?
I don't know. We shall see.
Number 8, 10 arrow. 9, 20 rupees. 10, heart container. 11 is bombs.
No dice there, as Matt does get his red pendant, taking out Mothula. Demo continuing his crawl through Ice Palace, getting ready to set up that icebreaker glitch. And Walsh is on his way to Trinex here.
And jmeasher making his way to Bob's chest here. Which we can say hello to Bob here. And there's the big key. So that was, what was that, number 12? I believe that was, or no, that was number 13. That was chest 13.
That is usually my go-to guess for the big key. So, again, tonight I would have been spot on, as earlier in the evening I won the game with pick number 13, and it was actually off by 1. So.
Oh, actually, looks like Drosy corrected me. That was actually number 12. So.
So I would have still been 1 off. So 12, 13, 14. Who's counting? Oh, wait, we are.
We are.
All right. So.
Well, I'll go. Let's see here. I'll go back, see if I can figure it out. We did have a number 13, who I thought it was. That was El Rocco 337. But let's see. Was there anybody a little bit closer? Let's see here. Days Cloud had an 11. And John Boy 81918 also had 11. So I guess we can say we have ourselves a 3-way tie. We had 2 guys with 11, and we had 1 with 13. So.
That would be fair enough, as Walsh is getting ready to dip into Tower of Hera to get that crystal.
Sorry, Days Cloud. Sorry I did not give you your points. My bad. If admin needs to come after me, they know where to find me.
Matt now entering the Chain Chomp room of Turtle Rock here. And I believe Demo is going to be headed straight to Tower of Hera as well. So this is neck and neck, folks. This is still anybody's race, as Walsh has got that quick shortcut up to Moldorm. So let's have it.
So jmeasher, he took down Lamos 2, making his way up now to Moldorm 2, while at the same time rdwalsh, he is taking on Moldorm himself, which this will be his second to last dungeon for him.
And down goes Moldorm, so yeah.
And taking a look at Demo's side, Demo with that Turtle Rock completion, he has just got hair left before he's going to take on Gannis Tower. But at the same time, rdwalsh now, he's making his way into GT. So, again, like I said, it's going to be a very close race here.
Speaking of climbing into GT, Demo is also making his way in. Oh, no, he's going into Tower of Hera first. I didn't realize he had to do that yet, but he's going to be doing that Tower of Hera GT combo as well. Just try to get that Hera pot glitch to get that shortcut all the way up there. He gets it using that bomb strap. He's going to pick up one of those fairies to give himself a bit more safety there. And Matt7898 is getting ready to take on Trinex.
Yeah, and if you are any good at math, we are now on the agonometry battle here of Aghanim 2 of Ganon's Tower. Look like we've had 2 doubles right there. Oh, only got a single on that one.
Yeah, that's what I saw here.
And down goes Aghanim 2. So that gives us a Ganon's Tower clear. Unfortunately, though, with jmeasher, according to his tracker, he's got a couple more dungeons to go.
Yeah, he still has to do Desert Palace and Skull Woods, according to the tracker here. Meanwhile, Demo clears out Tower of Hera very quickly and is getting ready to make his GT climb. And at the same time, Matt does kill Trinax, so he will be also going into GT to make his climb.
And just to remind everybody, once we still got AGA 1 to do, since this isn't all dungeon clear. We don't want to forget that wonderful fight, because if you do, Ganon, yeah, you can fight him for the first 3 phases, but once you get to phase number 4, he's probably going to call you a dingus. So make sure we get them.
And speaking of AGA 1, that is exactly where jmeasher is headed.
Oh, Demo's going right. We have not seen the right side yet here.
Mind you, Waffle House drive-thru does not know the location of the big key, so might get some new information here. But Matt is going to take left side, so hopefully he will give Demo that information on where the big key is once he finds it himself. And we do get the bug net on the right side. And the magic mushroom.
And it looks like jmeasher, he's now in the AGA Tower right now. So we've already played our one big key guessing game. I guess we can play our other favorite game where we figure out how many blue balls AGA is going to do. Is it going to be the rare 15 blue balls, or is it going to be the 0 blue balls?
I'm going to say 4.
I think I'll be nice this time. I think I'll say 3. Unfortunately, though, we cannot give points on this game, so hopefully we won't have a riot going on in chat saying that we're trying to rig the game here. And rdwalsh making his way up the gauntlet, starting that. Demo and Matt are now here in basically the exact same room here.
They are just literally milliseconds apart from each other, so meanwhile, we are in the fight with jmeasher here, taking on AGA 1, so we'll see how quickly this gets cleared out. It does take 6 energy balls to the face to clear this particular version of Agonham.
And down goes AGA 1. So where do we go from here?
Well, he's either got to go to Desert Palace or Skull Woods. He's got to do both of them. I'd say, yeah.
And there's the big key for both members of Waffle House drive-thru, so they're making their way up the dungeon here.
And it looks like jmeasher is going to do Desert Palace first. So it looks like we're going to do a Desert Palace Skull Wood play here for jmeasher. And it looks like we are getting ready for the AGA 2 fight on Matt's side here in just a hot second, but his partner Demo is right behind him, so. And rdwalsh taking on Moldorm number 2, so he's going to see that AGA 2 fight extremely soon. Demo using that popular bug net to secure him a fairy in a bottle. That'll give him a little bit of safety later. Meanwhile, rdwalsh taking on Aga 2. And jmeasher is getting ready for Landmolas. Speaking of Landmolas, matt7898 just wiped him out. And that would have been Landmolas 2 for Matt, as he is in the GT climb. And Landmolas 1 in Desert Palace is one and done there for jmeasher. At the same time, Walsh clears Aga 2.
So it looks like this race is really going to be a lot closer than we had originally thought. I mean, right now, Walsh just has Misery Mire left. jmeasher looks, he's going to do Misery Mire right now. And then a Skullwoods after that. Man, this is going to be close. I mean, both of members of Waffle House Drive-Thru going to have to take care of Aga 1. This is going to be close.
This is going to be extremely close. At this point, it is just a matter of execution. But I am going to have to give the advantage Waffle House Drive-Thru, as I do believe the Aga fights are the only things left after their GT crawls.
Yeah, I mean, right after they got to take care of Aga, but yeah, that's all they got left. So,
whereas on the other side, Tile Roomies, they've got to take out Meyer, and as far as jmeasher goes, take out Meyer and Skullwoods. So they are just a little bit behind, but it's still anybody's race. Like I said, it is down to execution at this point. And we get ready for Matt's battle with Aga 2, and we know that Demo is basically right behind him, like 1 or 2 rooms away, so we'll be seeing those fights almost near simultaneous, depending on how many cycles Matt has to deal with here. That was quick.
and so Aga 2 goes down on Matt's side. Going to do a quick mirror. Going to go take down Aga 1. And speaking of Aga, whoa, that was the fast spin speed run that I've seen there on rdwalsh's side.
Yeah, he almost made it behind the torch before the cutscene kicked in. And jmeasher takes out Vitreous very nicely as Walsh is taking on Aga. And we got an Aga 2 fight on Demo's side. And a castle tower climb from Matt.
And jmeasher making his way up now, going to take on the Moth, which just needs to go straight to the back here. Well, looks like that guard between his pitchforks there and the fire rod, you would think the fire rod would win, but looked like it was just a draw there on Matt's side.
Indeed, I believe it was, as rdwalsh is getting ready for his Mire crawl. This is going to be very, very quick, and jmeasher is headed to Skullwoods. And Matt is headed up Castle Tire, so we'll be seeing another AGA 1 fight here in just a moment. And Demo's doing the same thing. So, like I said, this is a very, very tight race, folks.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to, I think we're going to see all 4 runners down at the exact same time. All going to be down here again at the same time, which I don't recall ever seeing that happen before.
It'll be definitely interesting to see how everything plays out here in the next 5 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, and now just like that, jmeasher here getting ready to take on the Moth. Going to be fairly quick here with that temper sword. 4 slashes. He's got the fire rod, and just like that, down goes Mothula. So now I believe since he's already killed AGA, he's going to do a save and quit. He's going to end up on the top of the pyramid, and he's going to go straight to Ganon.
Yep, I believe that is going to be the play here. We'll see how well he does against this Ganon fight. And speaking of AGA, it looks like we've got an AGA fight on Matt's side. And Demo is getting ready for the same fight as well. And we are doing the Ganon fight silverless. We did not pick up the silvers at any point in time.
No, we did not. He's already jmeasher already on phase 2. Looks like he just finished phase 2, going on phase 3. So we're going to see Ganon here throw a temper tantrum here and go. And there's a first hit. And matt7898 making his way into the Ganon fight. While rdwalsh, he's going to be finishing up his Misery Mire. He will save and quit. And then we're going to have 3 guys here going on. So now we need to do all of our spin sword slashes here, take down. We need 12 of them to take down the big pig.
Just pointing out, jmeasher did get the torch glitch there, so that's definitely helpful.
I missed where Ganon said silvers was. So let's see here. We're going to see that here again here in a second here. Oh, in the dark world. Oh, that's interesting. That could be a lot of interesting places. And now we got runner number 3 making his way into the Ganon fight. Oh, and we got all 4 runners now in the Ganon fight. jmeasher getting
our tracker
close.
pointing out, due to the flavor text, the silvers were in Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, and there goes Ganon. jmeasher. He is our very first one to take down Ganon. All he's got left is a 1x3 bridge. And looks like he does it. And his official time, 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 17 seconds. He's in first place. This is going to be close to see here who actually wins this match, because unless rdwalsh can come up with second, which he did not. Looks like Matt is going to be coming in second. Matt, with his time, as long as he doesn't fall, is 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 42 seconds. So that is second place. So we're at first place with Tile Roomies on jmeasher's side. Second place with matt7898. Both of these runners are on phase number 4. rdwalsh was able to get the torch glitch.
Indeed, he was. Demo, however, was not able to get that glitch, so that's gonna be a little bit troublesome for him.
We just got a few more left here on rdwalsh's side. And down goes Ganon on rdwalsh's side. Again, all he's got left to do now is just cross that bridge.
Demo having a hard time keeping those torches lit as Ganon keeps getting in the way.
And rdwalsh's time as a 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 7 seconds. This is going to be close. We're probably going to go on average time here. So
it is based on average time. We take the times of both runners for each team, and then we average them out. Whoever has the fastest overall average time will be declared the winner.
And I think Demo's about got it here. I think he's got about 1 or 2 more left here. And there goes Ganon. He goes down. All Demo's got left, he needs to cross that bridge. Let's make sure that you guys give a GG to all of these runners. Holy cow, that was a very, very fast game. And Demo, he does cross the line at an official time at 1 hour and 34 minutes. And if my math is correct here, the difference, the average time for Tile Roomies was 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 12 seconds. And if my average is correct here on Waffle House, their finishing time was a 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 51 seconds. So, wow, what a very, very, very close race. And it looks like admin has given me the results, and I am correct. So, GG's to all 4 of these runners. We have all 4 of them now in chat. GG, gentlemen.
GG's.
I'm tilted.
GG's. And it is official. Tile Roomies will pick up the win for this race.
Somehow.
Well, it was definitely close. With jmeasher taking or forgetting that he, or no, I believe it was Measher that forgot that he didn't have the cane, or I think that was actually, or was that Walsh that didn't have the cane?
It was me. It was me. Hi, I'm Walsh. GG,
Yeah,
Waffle House.
GG. Yeah, GG. This was an amazing game with that cane happening, and then somebody on Tile Roomies had a death to Cold Stare, and that's what really came down and made it a close race.
Yeah, I just think I just completely went on tilt after that death, because from then on it was just a complete comedy of errors. Just didn't release the spin fast enough, ran my face into a puff, and I honestly, I have no clue how I finished first. I mean, it must have just really come down to guessing the mitts. I was getting that early.
Yeah. We pretty close to last location, the mitts.
Yeah, so I did Zora after finding the glove from the place, because I was at 400 some odd rupees, and I just farmed a little bit of rupees and just went for Zora. And then I kind of figured, I'll just go for catfish now. I even asked jmeasher, do you want me to go left or north? And he said north, and just kind of came down to that.
Yeah, for us, what happened... Sorry.
You're good.
For us, what happened was I had a lot of rupees early on, so I did Zora early, and then while we were doing pod, we were actually in pod pretty much about the same time, and Matt finished before I did, so I told him to go up to catfish while I do swamp.
Yeah, that was the big difference early in the match when Tile Roomies made their way to catfish. At the same time, both members of Waffle House, they kind of did everything, all the other overworld checks first. So that was really, and that was for the early game, because that is what opened up the rest of the seed. Because after you found the shovel there at catfish, you got the Titan's mitts, and then that led you to getting the boots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I felt just early on, I felt like I played really, really well. And we routed everything, it worked out in our favor. We could, obviously, with Rando, you get a little lucky. We had some luck. Our routing was really efficient. And right up until that Cold Stare death, I felt like everything was going great. Yeah. And, guess we just wanted to make it exciting or something.
Yeah, exciting is definitely putting it nicely. This was definitely a very close race, one of the close races I've seen so far. with the matches coming up, I mean, you guys split this week. You both won one each. What are you guys looking forward to next week? Are you looking more going back to one-on-one? Or are you guys going to be looking forward to week 7 where we have the co-op again?
Next week is open, right?
I believe so.
I believe it is. I'm looking forward to the 80 keys.
Yeah, next week we do have it's an open defeat Ganon, so that's going to go 1-1, and the following week after that is the standard defeat Ganon. So
That's the casual boots, right?
Yep, that's casual boots. Yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm a little more consistent. I feel like in 1v1s, I feel like in the co-op, I tend to get a little bit in my own head at times. And with 1v1, I can just kind of focus down and go. So it'll be nice to go back to it. And, but these are fun. I do enjoy the co-op aspect. It's definitely a different experience. Like, when are you ever in an AD seed finishing all the crystals first before finishing any pendants, right? Like, weird stuff like that can happen.
yeah, I don't remember the last time I've seen a race, especially in this kind of setting where it's an all dungeon seed, where you actually finished all the crystals first, defeated Aga 2, then you defeated Aga 1, and then you went back and did all of your pendants. That was definitely some very interesting routing. I don't recall the last time I actually saw that.
Yeah, I think co-op lends itself sometimes to that sort of weirdness, which is a nice change of pace. But yeah, 1v1s next week will be a lot of fun. It doesn't get any easier. Sphere Affinity for us next week. It's going to be some tough matches.
Yeah, in week 2, Tile Roomies, you got Sphere Infinity, then Waffle House Drive-Thru, you got yourselves the Immortals next week. So definitely going to be some very interesting races. I mean, it's only Wednesday night here, so we got still 3 more days here of this co-op. I know I'm looking forward to it. Is there any weeks that you guys are looking forward to that really interest you guys?
Mystery, I guess.
That
80.
seems,
I know
Sorry.
Walsh. I know Walsh was looking forward to Mystery and hoping he gets cross keys since there's no cross keys.
Yeah, I miss cross keys as well, so I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
getting one of those in mystery.
Yeah, like I get why they got rid of cross keys. I just wish they hadn't replaced it with 80 keys. Like that's the polar opposite. Just
Hey, 80 keys is fun. I like it.
we get Team Kappa 80 keys week though, so I'm terrified.
I do think that instead of what was I saying before, Matt? It was like the open should have been, what was it that I said earlier before the race started? It was like instead of open, it was
like fast cannon or something.
yeah, fast cannon. Because there's no fast cannon these weeks, which is interesting.
yeah, well, maybe you guys will get lucky and you'll see that in the mystery week. Maybe we'll get a fast cannon on that one.
It's a mystery.
That is very true. It is a mystery. Any closing comments, guys? I mean, this was a great race. I know that I thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely on the edge of my seat the whole time. Any closing comments on your guys' side?
No, just GG's. Thanks for the comms and the restream.
Yeah, GG's. Glad to get the win, even though it didn't feel like I earned it. But with this division and the teams in it, any win you can get is like massive. This division's gonna be a bloodbath. So just happy to get out of here with a win.
Don't be scared getting torch glitch, because that's what happened to me, and that's why I missed it. I got a little spooked.
Ganon's hard. You probably would have had it because I just did not do Ganon. Yeah, but
I kept getting hit by those fire bats. I don't know what was
sure.
happening.
Yeah, it was stressful. This was very stressful, and I hated it. Thank you for
So
streaming
stressful.
commentary. GG, y'all. I hated this.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ready for
definitely.
spoiler keys.
Yeah, this was definitely a great race. I know this right now. This was my match of the week so far. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in chat will probably agree with us as well. Again, GG's, gentlemen. Thank you for racing tonight, giving us our entertainment. I know I thoroughly enjoyed it. just to kind of look at the schedule from tomorrow, this was the last race for the Invitational League. Tomorrow there is several races. Nothing has been planned yet for where it's going to be. But we do have race. We got a race at 2:10 at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Never Do Chickens versus Team Jaime. At 6 o'clock, we have a Spoilers versus Last Locationers. At 8:30 will be 2019 Titans Mitts of 2019 versus OP Got Good. And then at 9 o'clock, we have CLW versus the Utane Clan. And then we got 2 10 o'clock matches between the Bomb Squad versus Pug Trio, and then Double Dippers versus Shack Tools. And that's all in the Invitational League. But again, nothing has been set yet. In the Open League, we have several games going on tomorrow as well. They start at 7 o'clock. Those teams, Beard Force 1 versus 16-Bit Nerds. At 7:30, OK Game versus It's Mitts. At 8 o'clock, Stoops Troop versus Les French Canadians. At 9:10, the All Hyrulean Rejects versus Team Mohoya. And then at 10 o'clock, ambiguously Ganon Content versus We Need a Mentor. So again, a lot of races for tomorrow. If you're not able to watch tomorrow, there is a lot more races for Friday and Saturday of this week 1 of the ALTTPR League. For all the information that you need between what's going to happen each week, to division standings, to who is on what team, you can check all of that out at ALTTPRleague.com. Please give that a check out. Before we sign off, again, make sure that you give a follow to each of these runners if you have not already done so. Please give a follow to our trackers, Iker and Yoinker's wife. Without them, this match probably would have been way off, and we probably would have been crazy for as close to everything was. My co-commentator, Jeff the Ref, you got anything to say?
All I can say is, wow, that was an amazingly intense race. GG's to all of the players involved. What a wonderful night of entertainment. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And like you, I was on the edge of my seat all evening. And I look forward to bringing you more action in the coming weeks. Like I said, my favorite's going to be the Mystery Seed because, you know, anything goes. So I can't wait for that. But until then, we've still got a lot of amazing and exciting action to bring to you. And we hope to see you here on both our Speed Gaming channels and our League channels as well here on Twitch. So, but other than that, make sure you guys take care of yourselves and each other. Good night.
Yes, well said. Again, thank you again to all our runners. Give them a follow. Big thank you to Iker and Yoinker's wife for doing everything behind the scenes for us tonight. I am Bandman25, and please have a good night. Take care of yourselves and stay healthy.